Well, we're in the middle of the football season. World Series is going on right now. You know what that means to those of us in business? It means it's almost the end of the year. we only have a couple months left. And, while obviously we want to be out there making more money right now, it also occurred to me that this would be a really good time to ask some questions that might help us analyze a little bit of our efforts and our results from 2019 and get ready to just hit the ground running for a big 2020. So I've got 5 questions to ask you. And I think that if you spend some time working on these, they'll not only help you right now, but they're definitely going to help you big time in 2020. So question number 1. What can you do to increase the percentage of quality leads in your funnel? Now, what do we mean by that? Well, quality leads. Well, we're out, hunting moose. That's what we're doing. Well, the moose, the definition of the moose is the profile of the person that we want to talk to, right? That's our target market. And somebody who fits that profile is what I consider to be a prospect. Now, a lead is somebody who fits the profile of our target market and then also either shows an indication of interest in our type of product or service, or they are hungry for our type of product or service, right? And which, we close a much higher percentage of people when they both fit the profile and when they are hungry. So it behooves us to work very hard in our marketing, primarily in our marketing, because if we can help identify who the hungry moose are, who the leads are, and then hand those over to the salespeople, closing rates are going to go way up. So question number 1, what can you do to increase quality leads in 2020? Number 2, we've talked, we all have heard the term, to create a better customer experience for the people who buy from us, right? And I completely agree with that. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But there's something that we almost never hear about, and that is, how do we increase the lead experience? How do we enhance that experience that somebody has when they are a lead? They're not yet a customer, And one thing to think about is, what are you doing when you are communicating with these hungry moose? What are you doing before they become a customer? What are you doing to separate yourself from the crowd? What are you doing to enhance their perception of you? What are you doing that is really, really valuable, relevant, useful, interesting to them before they become a customer? I'm just calling it the lead experience, because I got to believe that if we can enhance and add value to the lead experience, that we're also going to close more sales as well. Number 3, the customer experience, which I just mentioned, right? We've all heard about that. All right. But again, let's back up and let's ask ourselves, what do we do to enhance the value of the experience that the customer has with us? Analyze how you are currently communicating with your customers. What are you doing? What are you offering them? What are you delivering to them that they cannot get anywhere else? And how can you enhance that? How can you really plus that so that the customer experience becomes really, really important? Because essentially, when we get right down to it, the experience is the marketing, both for the lead experience as well as the customer experience. The experience is the marketing. Delivering a product that they can buy anywhere else, anybody can do, right? So it's the experience that you're delivering to them that needs to be different, needs to be better, needs to be more valuable, needs to be more useful, more relevant, all of those things. So what can you do to enhance the customer experience as compared to what you have been doing this year? Fourth question is, what new rule of competition can you stick into your quiver, right? What tool can you deliver? What rule especially can you come up with that totally separates you from the competition, where you own something that nobody else can own, or you create a rule of competition that the others have to follow? Now, that probably is a little bit more difficult than I'm making it sound. Because, I mean, if we were able to come up with these rules very easily, then, then we'd all be doing it. Now, I will say this, is that I'm going to be expanding on some of these, on these questions, as we kind of go along here towards the end of the year. And especially this one on creating new rules is how do you do this? Because we have to separate ourselves from the competition. Nobody buys from us because we are similar to the competition. They buy from us because, yes, we can deliver to them, the product or service, the minimum viable product, minimum viable service that they want to purchase from us. But how do we plus that in a way that makes them want to, keep coming back to us? And that is a rule that we want to be able to come up with, right? What can we deliver that nobody else can? And number 5, referrals. How can we increase referrals for 2020? I've often quoted a study that I did a few years ago of you guys, of my BFFs, where I asked, what percentage of your business comes from referrals? And the average answer was 48%. That's basically half of your business. If you're a $10 million company, then 48%, $5 million of it is coming from referrals. I assume a nice chunk of the rest of the 5 is coming from current customers. But if 5 million is coming from referrals, well, then just think about it this way, that if you were able to increase referrals by 10%, 20%, how much more is that going to add to your bottom line? And it's much, much easier to get a customer to come back than it is to go out and find a new customer. So, number 1, let's go back. Ask the questions again. Number 1, what can you do to increase quality leads in your business in 2020? Number 2, what can you do to create a better, more valuable lead experience for people who are not customers yet? Number 3, what can you do to create a better, more valuable customer experience for people who are customers of yours? Number 4, what new rule of competition, what thing can you come up with that has value to the marketplace that you can basically say that you own that, and it separates you from the competition? And number 5, what can you do to enhance referrals, to grow the referral base that you've got coming in now and increase that percentage of people who are delivering referrals to you? Those are 5 things that if you think about how you are currently doing these and now start to think about, okay, how can you plus these for next year and answer these questions for 2020? Well, you're going to hit the ground running in 2020. And I'll tell you, you're also going to have a huge leg up on your competition. This is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad and marketing gunslinger. Thanks for watching again. I'll be back again next week with another Uncopyable business video. And in the meantime, always remember to be uncopyable.